You know, walking nice and straight and having good posture and sitting up and eye contact, and that didn't make a bit of difference in my life. Well, then I will stand corrected. But my 38 years of doing this has taught me that all of those things are very powerful. Why? What percentage of the message people take from you is nonverbal? 93%. So all of this stuff is really important because it makes people think about you in a certain way. So here's the broader message before we move on to practicing entering a room. So let's stand up. We're going to practice entering a room because there is a way to elegantly enter a room. And if you're a man, to be charming. Charming is just like when you don't make anybody feel bad or uncomfortable. You're kind of like able to move easily in the world. Do you know any of those people who they just seem to move easily in the world and people want to be around them? They're like a magnet for people, and they're always smiling and happy and welcoming, and they're approachable. Do you know those kinds of people? Does anybody come to mind? Well, that is a skill that can be taught. Charm is a skill that can be taught. I know I'm real old, but have you ever heard the term of charm school? Do you ever remember hearing that from maybe your grandma or your mother? Well, there used to be charm schools, and that's where people learned that kind of thing. So they could move effortlessly in those circles of other charming people and know how to behave. Yeah, so that's what we're going to learn right now. One there, you're walking into the room. So I'm going to show you the wrong way to do it, the way that most of us naturally do it, and then I'll show you the way I want you to do it. Hi! Right? Now I'm going to show you the proper way. Hi! Do you notice the difference? What's the difference? Okay? Kind of.
Maybe the first time you walked, it was your back facing the room. Instead of now you just can't push yourself forward.
Right. So the key message here is when you're entering the room and leaving it, you never want to turn your back to the room full of people. Such a subtle little thing, but again, it makes a great impression. And you don't want, your butt to be the last thing people see when you're leaving the room either. So if you were leaving the room, so bye everybody. So I want to go out kind of the same way I came in. One last time. Head up, never looking down. Hi everybody. Okay, and then bye. Okay, who's going to try? We're going to incorporate everything you've already learned. Good posture, shoulders back, head up, eyes straight ahead, meeting the people when you come into the room, and don't turn your back. Okay? I'm saying. Remember how I said, what if I walked in looking like this and said, hi, I'm a wrestler? It wouldn't make sense. There's a piece missing, right? So, all right, let's take a little body break. Message is that you get to decide how people see you. That's the essence of everything that I teach. You're the one who gets to decide. I want people to see me as confident. I want people to see me as kind. I want people to see me as competent at what I do. You get to decide. And it's by putting these sorts of things in place that give people the message that you want them to have. So always remember, if you are being misunderstood, come back to the drawing board. What am I doing? How am I behaving? What am I giving off that is giving an impression other than the one I want? Right? Does that make sense? That you're the one who gets to decide. Because remember, what percentage of the message you give off is nonverbal?
93.
93%. 93% is everything other than the words you say. Your clothing, your posture, how you stand, how you sit, how you walk, your eye contact, your hair, your clothing. That's not to say that you have to look like me or Christine. That's to say that you have to decide how you look and move that's going to give the impression to the world that you want them to have. So watch my last step. Here's my last step. I'm going to slightly cross over. My other foot comes out. And I pivot. I keep my head facing that way until I take one step. Alright? So do you see? It's very simple what I'm doing. This is how it's done these days. So watch for my last step. Here's my last step. Cross over slightly. Bring the other foot out. Pivot. And go back. That's what I want you to practice now. Not the guys. I'm going to show you what I want you to do too. Show you one more time. This is your pivot. Walking, walking. My last step. Foot comes out. Okay? Alright, guys, when you get to the end, alright, so you're walking, walking, you get your swagger, just put your hand in your pocket. Okay? Real strong pose. Good eye contact. Hand or thumb in your pocket. Turn and go. Alright? Alright, let's do it again. Like you really do have to get good at conveying energy in modeling because you have to have a really good eye to even distinguish male models' different types of walks because it really is a lot about their energy. So the body mechanics for boys is just a really cool swagger. Your feet are not one in front of the other, and it's very much like I don't make a very good man, but you get the idea. I'll be able to coach you as you go along. Okay? So at the end of the runway, guys, you're like this. Maybe hand in the pocket. Turn, head back. Same principles apply, eye contact, chin parallel to the floor, good eyes, acknowledge your audience before you leave. Okay? Okay, for girls, I'm going to do one more walk because I want to show you what is called a pivot. When you model, these days, because this changes, modeling changes all the time, but currently it is a very simple pivot at the end of the runway, and I'm going to show you what that is. All right? So, walking. You're here, pivot, and back. So did you see what I did? Did you see the feet, how simple that is? Okay, I'll say one more time. Watch my feet. Here I go. I'm going to say one last step. Foot comes out. That's it. Okay? So if I did it again right here, out. That's it. Stay looking at the audience for just a second before you turn around. Here I am here. Watch. I'm still looking and the body is turned. Okay?